Welcome back to another Deity challenge. This one was set forth by a friend of the channel, Ursa Ryan. He just generated a random map and said, hey, how many victory conditions can you win by turn 200? So you can see his attempt on his channel. I'll put a link in the description below. I attempted this challenge several times. For this is something unlike what I normally go for, a really fast victory. I've done attempts where we go north to found our city and prioritize religion. I've had a game where we went east, placed down a preserve for some crazy tiles, a +4 campus, and we even built a mega industrial complex to the east featuring a +11 industrial zone. I did a game where we levied a huge army from a city-state and rolled over Scythia's cities. We've had huge frigate armies attack our neighbors only to be whittled down to a pathetic fleet a few turns later. But no, I could not get 3 victories with 200 turns. Getting 2 was easy, but 3, oh man, that's a different story. My overall strategy of copying English history by stealing borrowing artifacts from other civilizations peacefully was not enough. We needed to do something different for this attempt. Things started off innocent enough. We settled our capital to the right, started building a slinger, and went straight for early empire in order to get colonization. Our warrior explored to the north, got 40 gold from one tribal village and a free worker from the second. We then used the worker to harvest the maize, met our neighbor Scythia, the worst, and bought our first settler. I don't know what's going on with this save file, but the barbarians seem to run away from home. We will gladly ransack their lands for 30 gold though every day of the week. Magnus made his way to our capital, and we chopped the woods, going from 23 production towards the settler all the way to 83. We did have the colonization card in there also. 3 turns later, our settler was in our planned city location until I remembered about the natural wonder. We quickly moved our settler and founded our 3rd city. Bought a builder in our capital to get some mines and farms, since housing is going to be a huge issue for our cities. There are no rivers with decent production tiles anywhere near our starting zone. But then, the era ends in 9 turns and we still need 11 era score. This is not good. We cleared out the barbarian encampment to the north for 3 era score, bought a nice wood style, and chopped our capital down to 10 turns. It was time for a little micromanagement so we could finish our nice +4 campus before the era ends, and yeah, we got it down to 4 turns. 7 turns left in the era. Bristol was established next to a natural wonder, and we sent our trader out up there. Scythia is such a pain in this game. Our plan is to build horsemen, upgrade them, and attack her as soon as possible. Getting a road up there helps immensely with troop movement. That's why the first thing we built in Manchester was a trader. Bristol was going to be such a great city that Magnus took a trip up there for future secret reasons. But we still need 5 era score. 3 turns left in the era, we finished our +4 campus. 2 turns left in the era, we did something drastic. We are going to place our 4th city way up to the north, way out of our range. I know that there are some horses up there, and this is something that we'll need. 1 turns left, and what? We have exactly 25 out of 25 era score? Oh yeah, I set Amani on a world tour. We became suzerain of Zanzibar. Did you really think that I would not get a golden age? Pathetic. Entered the glorious golden age for the English civilization. We are getting closer and closer to pillaging the world for their artifacts. We selected Exodus in order to secure a great profit, since no other AIs are actually going for a great profit right now. Turn 62, we selected God of the Forge to finish our military units faster. Turn 66, we bought the Pearl style for 75 gold, improved our 2nd sea resource, sold it to Scythia for exactly 75 gold because I only make the best trade deals. Or that we wanted to get celestial navigation boost so we can build a Royal Navy dockyard that much sooner. 1 turn later, we place our Uber +6 campus down to the city to the north, and 5 turns later from that, we harvested the stone, since it was a nice +3 campus location to finish our Royal Navy dockyard and got a free galley. We also selected our religion to get work ethic, pilgrimage, and eventually crusade. But then, time flies by, and on turn 82, we got the dreaded notification. The era ends in 9 turns. This time, we only need 5 era score. Oh, scratch that. We need 4 after finding the Great Barrier Reef. I quickly racked my brain on how to get 4 more era score. Well, we will become suzerain of 1 city-state thanks to Amani, but we'll still need 2 more. One possibility is to discover ironworking and get an iron mine to get a free envoy with Hattusa. Combine that with Diplomatic League and our spare envoy, and boom, to free air score. So we desperately tried to find 800 gold to buy a settler. We sold everything and revealed the iron deposit to the north of Manchester. But then I move a missionary to the east, and what's that? By the stroke of luck, a barbarian encampment spawned right next to our capital. Confused and a little bit taken back, I bought a horseman in our capital, since we'll need them anyways, and wanted to clear the barbarian camp. Boom! Golden Age secured. Now it is time to build up our army to attack Scythia. Turn 88, we cleared the land for Mahabodhi Temple for the 2 free apostles, one to get crusade and the other to help convert Scythia's cities. Monumentality was our choice for this golden age. This was the era that we would build our cities, build up our empire. The next era we'll choose Exodus again to spread our religion across the globe. Scythia's capital was now following our religion, and 8 turns later we had 5 horsemen ready to go. Turn 102, we started upgrading our horsemen for only 250 gold apiece. 2 turns later, we finished Mahabodhi Temple, and Scythia was not happy. We continued to sell everything so we could upgrade all of our horsemen, and then we chose Crusade and then denounced Scythia on the same turn. Turn 109, I surrounded Scythia's capital. No, we were not at war with her, but I just wanted to see how our attacks would be against their units. The result was catastrophic. For her, not us. Our units continued on just outside our borders to the north, and then on turn 111 we declared war. Our units went in just like we planned 3 turns ago, said hello to our horsemen, ignoring the tempting builder units along the way. Our units slammed into our capital and did some heavy damage. The next turn we attacked from the southeast, from the southwest, and finally from the west after pillaging some farms. Her capital was ours in 2 turns. Loyalty was already increasing. This game is far too easy at times. Oh, and why is our production so awesome? Well, we just completed Warlord's Throne this turn. The timing was totally intentional and I didn't just luck out. A few turns later, we took another one of Scythia's cities. We levied a nearby city-state for some melee units in order to work with our battering ram, since Scythia was starting to build walls in cities to the east. 3 turns later, pillage, and then pillage again, attack, and then took over another city. What's that, Scythia? You just finished some ancient walls? Too bad we saw this coming, we already have a battering ram in place. The next turn we pillaged a bit. The raid policy card, we get plus 50% extra yields from pillaging is amazing. And then we started to attack. But then you may wonder, you have fewer than 100 turns left. Otter, this is Scythia, you're doing quite well. But what about the other AIs? Well, while you have been distracted, I've been building quadrime after quadrime to the west, and next turn we will unlock square rigging. What amazing timing. Well, we'll change it up to education until we finish the quadrime in Manchester, since building campuses get plus 100% production thanks to the current World Congress resolution. But what genius could have planned this out? Going back to the beginning of the video where I stated that the typical English way of borrowing artifacts for many years to win a culture victory is not enough, well, I now will reveal my plan. We will build Deities everywhere. And when I mean everywhere, I mean everywhere. Just like in my double Deity challenge video where we couldn't build districts and our cities were limited to 3 population, spoilers, we built Moais everywhere. We bought builder after builder after builder after builder thanks to monumentality and started planning out our empire. Let's just take out this man, let's just peace out with Scythia, take all of our gold, knight her, and denounce Portugal. The Renaissance era was upon us and we'll choose Exodus for the additional movement for our religious units. The next turn, Portugal found out that we were just moving our troops by and totally not positioning them to attack your capital. Maybe Scythia and him talked? I don't know what's going on. But turn 135, we did it. We declared war on Portugal. We moved our frigates in, attacked, and Crusade is pretty crazy. 2 turns later, their capital fell. Now we have a foothold on their island to go east towards Inca, and we bought a courtier and a missionary. I then toyed with them for the next 10 turns or so, just pillaging everything. Our next target was Inca. Army air corsairs from Scythia's lands hit their west side and took over their city in a couple of turns. This turned out to be a huge mistake though, since we couldn't quite keep the city due to loyalty pressure. We needed help. Thankfully, the Incans had another city to the east that our frigates could reach. We changed up civics in order to get cultural heritage as soon as possible. Since we were in the process of building archaeology museums everywhere, we started to plan out Beatty's and Portugal's lands, just waiting to take over the cities until everything was pillaged. Turned 150 and we only had 26 Beatty's and were about to discover flight. This was a turn where the culture turned into tourism. Currently, we're at 74 tourism, up to 191. Nice. Portugal's lands were fully pillaged and we took over another one of the cities to celebrate, and then we saw it. Culture victory in 50 turns. This might actually be possible. We took over Inca cities with our frigates to the east, but on the western front it was going horribly. Those pike and shots destroyed our light cavalry. It went so bad that I don't even want to show it. But as you can see, our light cavalry is just chilling on a desert island. And that's not by choice. And there's a lot of them missing. But now we have redcoats. 70 melee strength plus 10 for Crusade, plus 10 for fighting on a different continent. That's 90. We really only need 2 of these units to take over the world. We peace out with Portugal. Turn 156 will forever be known as when we discovered how strong redcoats actually are. The next turn they built walls. Well, redcoats don't care. A few attacks here, a few attacks there, and the city was ours. Turn 158, we had Inca's capital surrounded by missionaries, and then we won. Our first victory, a religious one. But it is not over. We still have 42 turns to see how many more victory conditions that we can get. Our redcoats marched down through Inca's lands, took over one city, and then their capital. That is 2 victory conditions done. We were unstoppable. We then peaced out and bought open borders on turn 167. Our next tourism boost when we unlock computers. That gives you plus 25% tourism across your empire. Brought us up from 376 tourism all the way to 470. Turn 178, victory in 1 turn. The next turn, what? Why you lie game? Turn 180, culture victory. 3 victories, 180 turns. Thank you for watching.